Aí, pera aí, o Benny tá falando uma coisa muito estranha. O que ele tá falando?
I wasn't always with the followers, or with the NCR. My late father was an officer in a group called the Enclave, a remnant of America's pre-war government. Memories being short around here, not a whole lot of people remember them. But they did bad things. Terrorized communities, kidnapped people.
O enclave é onde o Frank Horrigan veio.
A few years later at a military base on the coast, a place called Navarro. A lot of different places. I only know what I was told. Some of them were cut down by the NCR and the Brotherhood. Some of them went east. My mother never told me what happened to my father, but she and I went south with some others and integrated into the NCR. When the NCR learned that Enclave personnel had integrated, they kept moving to the fringes. It's one of the reasons why I wound up out here. The Enclave did a lot of bad things, but there were good people at Navarro. Good people with a lot of experience. Not many of them are alive anymore, but I think they can make a difference in the fight against Caesar.
Eu vou fazer.
Great. I'd like you to talk to the old-timers, the remnants. I don't think I could convince them by myself. To them, I'm still a kid. But you're a big part of what's happening out here. When you talk to them, they'll understand how important this all is. I've kept in contact with them over the years, so I know where you can find them. But I doubt they'll open up to you unless I come along. I know I'm not always the most serious guy around, but this means a lot to me. Thanks.
Tá bom.
Bruno.
Pode falar, eu tô fazendo vídeo. Tá, vou ter que perguntar pra um montão de gente pra fazer um negócio, beleza. Agora eu tô no forte da Legião, olha só que legal. Tá, deixa eu matar todo mundo aqui logo. Vou ter que usar repair tools. O bicho mata com um negócio. Nossa.
Nossa, conda.
Ah, tá bugado. Tchau, com ele. Mata ele. Morreu. Uma máquina. Legal. Cadê a Magnum? Where's Magnum?
Bruno, posso falar uma coisa?
O quê?
Pro vídeo.
Pode.
Quando vocês estiverem jogando um jogo e esse jogo dá pra correr, significa que você vai ter que correr em alguma parte do jogo.
Verdade. Caraca, matou. Nossa, mas tá muito fácil matar esses bichos. Esses carinha. Que tristeza. Cenário de religião. Tá, agora ele vai ser agressivo. Eu acho que eu pus ele pra ficar passivo. É por isso que ele não tá atacando. Deixa eu ver se ele vai atacar agora. Tá, entrar agora no negócio do César. Mano, o bicho mata com um soco, cara. Você viu isso? Um soco, mano. Homem de um soco só. Ficou bugado. Meu Deus, cara, o bicho dá um soco e mata. One Punch Man. Caraca, meu HP é muito alto. Caraca, matou o cachorro facinho. Shotgun, legal. Morre. Oh! Matar o César. Esse aqui é uma submachine bem diferente. Tá bom, deixa eu fazer aqui uma coisa. Tá, ainda falta entrar lá no forte, na tenda aí e matar o César. Ali o César. Tá. Pum. Pum. Matou fácil, mano. Cadê o César? Lúcio. Pera aí, matou o César? Onde é que é o César? César! Caramba, matou o César. César, seu maldito. Pronto, matei o César. Infelizmente, quer dizer, felizmente, né, mano? Porque o bicho era um maldito. Foi fácil, hein? Nossa, foi fácil. Tá bom, sai daqui, mano. Sair daqui e fazer o quê?
What a load of Brahmin shit. Can you believe that guy?
Aham. Sim, mano. O que eu tô fazendo aqui? A cor que eu marco aqui?
Being smart doesn't matter if you're insane. Everything makes sense to Caesar because he's twisted everything to his worldview. He's Caesar reincarnated. The NCR is the corrupt Roman Senate. I wouldn't be surprised if he thought the Colorado River were the new Rubicon. He abdicates responsibility for the myth of historical inevitability. But he's not Caesar. This isn't Rome, and he isn't going to get away with this.
Peraí, quero ver. Peraí, quero ver o que ele vai falar, porque, né?
What a load of Brahmin shit. Can you believe that guy? Of course, Caesar. You can hardly even hold his men responsible, given how they're practically raised to worship him as a living deity. What's the point of surviving the war? Why did the founders of the followers crawl their way out of vaults to bring knowledge back to the wasteland? So we could act like the last 2,000 years didn't happen? Play dress up so we can fight ancient wars all over again? No way is he getting away with this. I'm not letting it happen. You're not letting it happen.
Sim. Ainda continua amigo. Tá, deixa eu falar aqui o outro. Ok.
What a load of Brahmin shit. Can you believe that guy? Well, yeah. Right. What did I expect? The man's a megalomaniac. He acts like this is some preordained cycle we're returning to. Of all the people who could learn from our past mistakes, he goes and throws all of our knowledge off a cliff. Instead of trying to learn from the past He recreates it, runs back over the same old barren ground.
Sim. Tá, deixa eu ir lá e falar com os carinhas. Nossa, quanta gente. Ah, tem um cara já aqui. Pera aí, deixa eu sair daqui e ver se eu tenho que falar com alguém, mano. Ah. Aí, eu ainda bem que não travou, cara. Pensei que ia travar, nossa. Caraca, deu um aperto no coração aqui, hein. Onde é que eu tenho que ir? Eu tenho que ir pra cá, né? Tá, pra cá. What the fuck? Legal, uma shotgun.
Meu Deus, desse, velho.
Tá, agora vamos matar esse bicho. Morre. Morreu. Assim. Caraca. E se eu passo em cima dos bichos, os caras caem. É engraçado. Tá, vamos sair daqui, né?
Another kill to my name.
Machete, legal. Então a gente tinha que ir em algum lugar, hein? Tá. Vamos ir pra Novakia falar com alguém. Tá, vou ter que falar com alguém. Tá, acho que é aqui, hein? Falar com um cara. Ah, com esse cara.
The bosses of the Omergas. Fine weather for flying. It's times like these that make me miss it all. Told you everything about us, did he? Well, it's been a while since I've had my hands on the controls of a vertibird. There's a chance I could crash us in the middle of Lake Mead. That place seems to attract aircraft for some reason. But if I get one more chance to fly, count me in. I'll be there. My part of the passphrase is dear.
Nossa, ele é velho. Caramba.
I was never happier than when I was in the cockpit. I was able to go just about anywhere and everywhere, limited only by the fuel I could carry. There were more than a few missions where I took the scenic route home just so I could stay in the air. Caught hell for it every time, but worth it. Some of the things we did were questionable, I know. That's just how it was back then. Figure I've done enough good to make up for any sins, anyhow. Vertibird pilot. 71 missions and only lost one chopper. Rotor malfunction over Klamath. Hard landing, but I walked away.
Legal.
Watch your six out there.
Tá, vou recrutar os caras que foram pra trás do
Since my
enclave.
mother died, Daisy's been the only woman in my life. She was the only other woman close to my father, too. She flew him out on over a dozen missions, including his last. I've always been close to Daisy. There have been some good men along the way, but lovers make poor confidants. Daisy never had children of her own, so she was always there to listen. Being in the enclave didn't mean much to her. She just loved to fly. It broke her heart to be grounded.
Mudou nada. Nossa, quantidade de...
As screwed up as it sounds, at least she was a part of something. Granted, it was something, admittedly, pretty bad, but it was something. If you spent the first half of your life flying enclave troopers in a vertibird, I suppose picking over pre-war rocket parts doesn't quite compare.
Mano, o Frank Horrigan, ele é do enclave. Tá. Ah, Vault 34. Tá, vou ter que ir aqui. Onde é que é aqui? Ah, tem alguém aqui no Jacobstown. Quem será que tá no Jacobstown? Nossa, eu corro muito rápido. Nossa, muito melhor do que você ficar... Caramba, cara, é muito ruim você ficar andando pra qualquer lugar.
Is there something else I can do for you?
É esse cara? Nem vi. Ah, é ele mesmo. Caramba.
I'm intrigued, so I'll go to this reunion. I'll be handing things over to Calamity, so talk to her if anything comes up. Oh,
No.
you'll need my word from the passphrase to get into the bunker.
Tá certo, tudo na
Don't
tempestade.
forget it.
Tá bom, legal.
Doc Henry always was a hard one to figure out. It didn't seem to matter whether he was working with humans or dogs. He had an equal lack of affection for both. A regular Diogenes. I'm not sure what the man was after.
Não,
Knowledge
peraí, minha
is
bicicleta tá
power,
na
but
chuva,
what
caramba.
meant for Henry, I have no idea.
Victor,
Problem.
stand! Viewer,
Not his
stand!
practical impact. He simply solved riddles because they existed.
Cadê remover?
Ai, ufa.
Not everyone dreams of
Caraca,
being a
minha bicicleta tá
revolutionary.
tomando na chuva e começou a chover. Que tristeza.
Maybe we can't all change the world.
Mas
Maybe it's
olhando
enough
muito.
just to do good for the short time that we're here. No one's going to sing Doc Henry's praises when he's gone, but he's probably saved more lives than I have.
Agora vamos encontrar outro carinha.
Gente, mesmo... É mesmo...
Toda hora. Toda hora, assim. Ah. Requisição inconsciente, beleza. Pelo menos o Frank Horrigan, ele não morre. Mano, olha como o bicho é monstro, hein, mano. Ele não morre, cara. Ele é muito forte pra morrer.
Aqui!
Que isso aqui? Onde é que eu tô? Dentro? Pera, deixa eu ver.
West side, huh? I passed through here with another follower a while
What?
back, and
Gonna eat the next
locals
fucking
were having a lot
rat
of
I
trouble
see.
getting water.
Que negócio é esse, mano? Onde é que eu tô?
Como é que tá?
They say
Não tô
those
nada.
robots on the strip are running around with different faces or something. Don't ask.
Viu? Também vi isso, tô dizendo.
Esse cara aqui por dentro? Ah, não. Tá perto. É um cara. Ah, é esse cara aqui?
You don't strike me as someone down on their luck. What brings you to West Side? Hello, Arcade. Making some new friends, are you? Why the need for a bunch of old war horses like us? Swooping in on a vertibird, guns blazing? Haven't done that in years, but all right, I'm in. None of this means a thing if the rest of the group doesn't show up, though. Oh, and you'll need my part of the passphrase to get into the bunker. Navarro. I miss those days sometimes. We all had a purpose, you know? I admit that some of the folks in charge were pretty ruthless. The rest of us, though, we were just trying to civilize things.
Ô Bruno,
The
olha só.
NCR was still new and it didn't look like they'd last all that long. Then we lost the oil rig, and shortly after that, the base at Navarro. Nobody left
A
except us
imagem ficou
remnants.
de pior resolução do mundo. Eu não sei agora o que eu coloco. Lembra quando a gente viu um pavão?
Sim.
Internal sabotage took down
E
the
uma
oil rig.
pavoa.
Never did get the full
Só que a
story.
pavoa não mostrou.
The NCR took out Navarro, saying we posed a threat to the region.
Caramba. É sério. Tá.
Uh-huh.
Beleza, contratei
Judith
mais um.
Krieger is the glue that's kept us all together over the years, and with good reason. Anyone who can command Moreno and Johnson in the same unit without somebody getting fragged is one hell of a leader. Krieger was polite and kind, but never warm. He always did his best to make me feel welcome in the group. I think he did it out of a sense of loyalty to my father. Loyalty means a lot to Judah. Not loyalty to the enclave or even the ideals they fought for, but to the people who served with him.
Legal.
Sometimes I wonder how much of my father they see in me. They went through a lot together, but my family went through it too. I'm glad they've watched out for me all these years. Maybe someday I can return the favor.
Legal, vamos. Rebuild de enclave. Só mais um.
Só posso ver um.
Tá, tem mais um aqui, mais um ali. Ali mamei e já limpei.
Cidades ou notícias, né?
Então, onde é que eu tenho que
Is it
ir?
me?
Pera aí. Ah, tá aqui
Just the
dentro.
Brotherhood? Is there something I can do for you? Same as you, I'd imagine. Although I'm assigned to watch over these farms and keep out trespassers. I do get to take shots at mole rats once in a while, so that's always fun. It's NCR-owned farmland. It produces a lot of the crops that supply McCarran and the dam. The farmers are all civilians, though. They work the farms, and in return, they get a safe place to stay and clean food and water. Some of them aren't all that grateful, though. I shouldn't have brought it up. It's not my place to spread gossip. All right. Some of the farmers, especially Trent Boscom, claim the NCR isn't giving them the water they need to meet their crop quotas. Personally, I think they're just incompetent and making excuses. The NCR ought to send them all crying back to California. Oh, you'd better believe it. I feel sorry for the troops who are charged with keeping the fiends from overrunning everything. The fiends are scary because they're unpredictable. One day, they'll be taking pot shots at you and then running off before you can shoot back. And the next day, they'll come rushing at you, pumped full of drugs and not stopping until you or they are dead. Current orders are to hold the line and nothing more. That's all we seem to do these days. Hold the line. I guess it's a tricky situation since there's a vault in fiend territory. If the NCR went after them, they'd just hole up.
Legal.
Bye.
Então tem que ir em algum lugar, hein? Ah, tá. Tem que ir aqui, beleza. Não é por aqui, não? Será que eles vão me atirar? Deixa eu ver se eles vão me atirar, hein? Salvar aqui. Ah, eles não me atiraram, não. Beleza.
If I don't get more water soon, I won't make my quota this season.
Bom, deixa eu falar aqui pra um cara. Quem? Tá todo lado certo. Ah, sério mesmo? Sério mesmo? Oh. Tá bom, deixa eu dar a volta. Ai, que chatíssimo. Tá, pronto. E agora? Ai, ai, que demora, hein, mano. Só pra achar um carinha. Caraca, ele tava mais perto do que eu pensei. Nem precisava falar com aquela mulher doida. Esse cara. Não, pera. Deixa eu falar, mano.
Look, Trooper.
Pronto.
I was living in this house long before your farms got set up. Don't even think about it, Victor. Been a while, Arcade. So, what's the point of all this? Can't find any younger mercenaries? Is that right? The million-dollar question is, who exactly are we settling? You haven't decided. Well, this is just getting better every second, isn't it? I wouldn't mind cutting down a few platoons of NCR troopers with my old Gatling laser.
Não, não quero ajudar a Legião. Não, não quero ajudar a Legião.
All right, then. I'll show up at this gathering of yours. It might be good to see the others. Johnson excluded. Arcade might have mentioned there's a passphrase needed to get into the bunker. My part is remember. Heavy weapons, Trooper. Nothing better than hosing down a target with an excess of bullets and laser fire. By the time I got through with things, not much was left standing. Any morons who didn't run when they saw me coming got what they deserved. Back then, it was war. If we'd been on the winning side, I'd be called a hero.
Ah, coitado do cara.
Oh, like you wouldn't believe. The NCR makes a habit out of wrecking homes. I came out here to get away from them. Didn't work out so well. Next thing I know, I'm squatting in their land. Never mind that I already been living here for years.
Maldito esse velho, sério.
Do? I don't do anything. I'm retired. I was a soldier. Why do you even care?
I came out here to forget about the past, so quit bringing it up.
Oh,
What's
I
up?
don't.
Moreno took the fall of the Enclave hard. He never questioned his orders, never questioned the legitimacy of what the Enclave was doing. To him, it was all one unbroken chain, from Washington to Richardson. When we left Navarro, I remember looking up at Moreno. He said, "Kiss America goodbye, boys." When we left the Enclave behind, the love in him burned itself out. Now there's just a bitter old man left. I suppose you're right. When you're part of something for that long, maybe it's impossible to let go without losing part of yourself. Moreno may be a stubborn son of a bitch, but at least he's loyal.
Caraca, que palavreado. Tá bom, vai lá falar com o último cara, aí vai estar tudo bem, né?
Eu não sei o que isso foi.
Frank Horrigan.
Eu não sei. Ai, droga.
It's over, Muty. Time to die. Ixi, tem bicho aqui. Ah, é só uma raposa.
Pera!
Cadê o Frank Horrigan? Cadê o Frank? Ah, salvar aqui um pouco. Frank Horrigan.
Chat input normal. Isso quero.
O que é pra eu fazer ainda?
Nesse carinha. Não!
Tá bom. Vamos tá lá pro carinha. Peraí, como é que eu entro na casa dele? Ah, aqui, nossa, nem vi. Tomei dano.
Well, it's about damn time. What took you? Oh. I've been in the Reaper's shadow for a long time now, and I thought he'd finally showed up to collect. He's just mocking me now. Thought I recognized the fellow with you. So what's this reunion all about then? Well, now there's an interesting idea. Do a bit of good before we're all dead and forgotten. You can count me in. Oh, and in case Arcade forgot to mention it, there's a 5-word passphrase needed to get into the bunker. My word is old. Appropriate, huh?
If I had to pick anyone who didn't belong in the Enclave, it would definitely be Johnson. He hated what the Enclave was doing. Day to day, week to week, he would question orders, subvert mission objectives, do anything he could to serve without serving. It's amazing he was never court-martialed. He always had good things to say about my father. Said I was like him in a lot of ways. I wish I knew.
Eu vou no F7.
É, mas você não precisa ser o pai.
I grew up without him. I'll always feel like something is missing from my life, but you're right. It's not like I'm the only kid in the wasteland who's grown up without a dad. Johnson always said my father was a good man. If that's the only thing about me that's like him, that's enough for me.
Aí, pronto, terminamos. Deixa eu dormir aqui um pouco. Beleza, dormi.
That Mr. House lorded.
Agora vou ter que ir aonde? Aqui? Esse é o lugar? Ai meu Deus, fica longe demais. Tá bom. bom, deixa eu sair daqui e já ir lá pro negócio da... Tá, vou ter que ir lá no negócio do enclave. Nossa, mano, que demora, cara. Andar pelo... Tá, eu tenho que ir pra lá. Só que aqui é mais longe do que se eu for pelo caminho aqui do Jacobstown. Mano, mas que demora, hein, cara. Putz, grama. Tá, né? Sai daqui.
Tu ia aí.
Tá perto, beleza.
What a shame.
Tô acertando. Legal. Agora tem aqui um bunker. Legal. Aqui é o bunker, beleza. Vou salvar aqui. Tá, agora eu vou falar com o enclave. Oi.
What's up? See you around.
Como é que faz pra entrar então? E agora? Acabou, né? Porque não dá pra entrar. Aqui. Their old friends remember Navarro. Legal.
O que aconteceu?
Olha só, um vertibird, legal. Armaduras, caramba, legal. Caraca, é, legal. Nossa.
So much for the bite of the NCR. Yep. Glad to see you made it here all right. So, who are we going up against? This was a minor refueling station for vertibirds. It seemed an appropriate place to stash our equipment if we ever needed it. I'm surprised this place hasn't fallen apart. When I put it into standby mode, I expected to return to it within a few years, not decades.
Eu não sei. Pelo menos eu não tô.
Then that's the plan.
Escola.
We're gonna have a problem with Moreno.
Nossa, esse
He
doce
won't like that we're helping the
não tá
NCR.
certo.
You'll have to talk to him.
Só que agora eu vou contar como falta.
You've got only one chance at this. I know Moreno. Once he's made up his mind about something, there's no changing it. The president got killed over at Hoover Dam.
Ué, onde é que ele tá indo?
I didn't come all the way out here just so we could save the fucking NCR. I'm out.
Como completar?
Calma aí, eu posso... Ah, tem esse pique 80, tá.
Aí,
I can't believe you've actually talked me into this. Fine, I'm in. But don't expect me to hold my fire if any NCR troops get in the way.
câmera de clone.
Thanks for doing this.
Legal.
Getting them all back together again. I'll be honest. When Moreno started going off, I didn't think we'd all be walking out of there in one piece. I still don't know how this is all going to shake out in the end. But at least the Enclave can atone a bit for all the damage it's done. I've been wondering about Daisy and the others for so long, I still haven't figured out what I should do. I mean, I'm not like them. I was born at Navarro, and my father served with them, but I wasn't really part of the Enclave. It seems presumptuous of me to think I could join the fight, even if this is a cause worth fighting for. Because I know when fighting breaks out of the dam, all hell is going to break loose in Freeside. They're going to need every doctor they can get.
Vou pegar uma picareta pra ajudar meus...
Não vai mais enfrentar, só que peraí. Vou influenciar ele. Aí ele enfrentar.
Good point. You've been encouraging the others to stand up and fight. Maybe I should take the same advice. After all, I also lived in Navarro. There's something I need to go do, but I'll catch up with you later. Thanks again for your help with the others. It means a lot to me. What's up?
O Arcade Gannon foi embora. Peraí, mas dá pra pegar uma armadura dessas? Como é que faz pra pegar uma armadura dessas?
Moreno's a stubborn son of a bitch, but he's also tougher than any of us. I'm glad you were able to talk him into staying. Since Whitman will be staying with the vertebrate, she's offered to give her old suit of power armor to you. You'll need special training to use it properly, so talk to her as soon as you get the chance. The training might take several hours, so keep that in mind.
Agora eu vou aprender a usar uma power armor. Legal.
Have you seen that tower on the strip all lit up? You can see it from miles.
Caraca, que fera, mano.
I appreciate you keeping Orion in the group. And since I won't be needing my armor, makes the cockpit a bit cramped, you should take it. It'll take a few hours to show you how to use it properly, so let's get started.
Testes, 33% validados, ou seja, temos
Aê! Mano. Tá, agora finalmente eu posso entrar numa power armor. Ué, cadê minha power armor? Tá. Legal, cara. Que isso? Nossa. Caramba, que legal. Peraí, o que eu tenho que fazer agora? Ué, o que eu tenho que fazer? Agora eu não entendi o que eu tenho que fazer. Tá, agora eu posso usar a armadura do poder, né? Deixa eu ver aqui se eu posso usar a armadura do poder. Ah, eu já ganhei, olha só aqui, mano. Caraca. Caraca, mano. Que legal. Oh, nossa, cara, isso é muito fera, brother.
Like I said, I needed to go do something. This is it. It belonged to my father. Since you convinced me to help out with the defense of Hooper Dam, I figured I'd haul it out of storage. I'm a little rusty with it, but I think I can manage. As long as you got my back, of course.
Ele voltou.
What's up?
Ok.
I don't think you need to worry about this. Basically, expect a lot of firepower with dead bodies. Enclave technology is even more advanced than Brotherhood equipment. And in the hands of soldiers as experienced as Moreno and the others, let's just say it's truly a sight to behold.
Legal.
See you around.
Peraí, mas ele vai me seguir? Não, ele não vai mais me seguir. Ah, cara, não vai mais ser meu companheiro. Ah, só ficou agora com o Frank Horrigan. Olha só o tamanho dele, Francisco.
O quê? Nosso cachorro?
Não, esse aqui é o meu cachorro. Esse aqui é um super mutante.
Nossa, o seu cachorro não vai mais te seguir?
Não, é um cara que ele me seguia, agora não vai mais me seguir.
Tá bom.
Tão triste, porque ele era meu amigo.
Nossa, ele era teu amigo.
Mas tudo bem, né? Tudo bem.
Isso às vezes acontece.
Uhum. Agora eu tenho armadura que é muito forte. Tá bom, gente. Eu acho que esse daqui vai ser a missão. Beleza, já recrutei os enclaves. Vou fazer o seguinte, eu vou ir lá no Yes Man. Eu vou ir lá no Yes Man e eu vou falar pro bicho que tá tudo certo, vamos ir lá no Hoover Dam. Beleza. Tá bom, vou ir lá falar com o Yes Man. Aqui.
Be advised, NCR President Aaron Kimball was struck down in a cowardly attack at Hoover Dam. The strip offers many fine cocktail lounges where grieving persons may drown their sorrows.
An entire army of upgraded Securitrons just standing by over at the fort. Pretty neat, huh?
Sim.
Please, go on.
Ah.
If you say so, consider them filed away under not to be discussed again.
Tá bom.
That's 4 down, just 1 to go.
Agora,
Say no more, say no more. If you say they're good, they're good. That accounts for all the tribes you needed to get to know. You did a super job wrapping things up, and I'm not just saying that because I have to. Don't you love seeing the Lucky 38 all lit up? Sign of things to come. Too bad about President Kimball and everything. But hey, stuff happens, right? Exciting news! The Legion's massing troops in a staging area east of the dam. Attack imminent! Monster of the East ready to roll! Sure, no problem. So long as the Legion doesn't attack before you can get there. Which I'm sure they won't.
The strip offers...
beleza, deixa eu salvar aqui antes e agora vamos ver o que vai acontecer. Frank Horrigan contra...
Are you ready to head for the dam?
Beleza.
Great.
Eu quero ver
So
Frank
I've been looking over
Horrigan
Mr. House's force
contra
projections and running some calculations.
Legatilanius.
Turns out there are 2 ways we can win this thing.
Hello?
Hear that?
Hã?
We have options. We could route the dam's power output to the facility under
Esse
fortification.
daí que é o vilão?
That'll restart its reactor, just like you did with the Lucky 38. That'll wake up the Securitron army you left on standby and give us enough force to push the Legion and the NCR straight out of the Mojave. The other option is destroy the dam's generators. Without those, it's just a big bunch of concrete. The NCR won't have any reason to stick around. You don't have to decide yet. For now, all you have to do is take this override module and install it on the terminal in the power control room. Good luck. See you at the dam.
Calma aí um pouquinho, faltando alguma coisa, mano. Como é que faz munição pra grenade launcher? Pera aí um pouquinho, deixa eu ir lá pra Good Springs ver como é que faz munição pra esse negócio. Só que eu preciso de um repair alto, né? Deixa eu ver aqui. Tá, não é aqui, pera aí. Deixa eu sair daqui. Tá em algum lugar. Em algum lugar aqui em Good Springs tem um... Ah, aqui, achei. Tá. Repair. Ah. Ué, o que eu faço com esse negócio, hein? Não sei se é aqui. Tá. Como é que faz pra pegar mais ar? Tá bom então, vamos ir lá no negócio e fazer logo. Terminar logo com isso. Cara, agora finalmente posso investir uma power armor.
Tá tudo 100% atualizado.
Beleza. Engraçado. Bom, vamos lá. Vamos lá, yes man.
Are you ready to head for the dam? Caesar's Legion is due to attack at any moment.
Sim, estou pronto.
Great! So I've been looking over Mr. House's force projections and running some calculations. It turns out there are two ways we can win this thing. Hear that? We have options. You could route the dam's power.
Caneta de diamante. Será?
You must get to the control room and install the override chip.
Tá bom então. Ah, vai ver aqui esse cara lá do Great Hands. Ah,